Hello. Today's scripture reading comes from the book of Mark, chapter 15, beginning verse 12. Pilate again asked them, "Then what do you want me to do with the one they call the King of the Jews?" Again they shouted, "Crucify him." Then Pilate said to them, "Why? What has he done wrong?" But they shouted, "Crucify him," all the more. Then, willing to gratify the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas to them, and after having Jesus flogged, he handed him over to be crucified. Then the soldiers led him away into the courtyard, that is, headquarters, and called the whole company together. They dressed him in a purple robe, twisted together a crown of thorns, and put him on him. And they began to salute him, "Hail, King of the Jews!" They kept hitting him on the head with a reed and spitting on him. Getting down on their knees, they were paying him homage. When they had mocked him, they stripped him of the purple robe, put his clothes on him, and led him out to crucify him. They forced a man coming from the country who was passing by to carry Jesus' cross. His name was Simon, a Syrian, the father of Alexander and Rufus. And they brought Jesus to the place called Golgotha, which means skull place. They tried to give him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. Then they crucified him and divided his clothes, casting lots for them to decide what each would get. Now it was 9 in the morning when they crucified him. The inscription of the charge written against him said, "The King of the Jews." They crucified 2 criminals with him, one on his right and one on his left. So the scripture was fulfilled that says, "And he was counted among outlaws." Those who passed by were yelling insults at him, shaking their heads and saying, "Ha! The one who would demolish the sanctuary and build it in 3 days, saved yourself by coming down from the cross." In the same way, the chief priests with the scribes were mocking him to one another and saying, "He saved others, he cannot save himself. Let the Messiah, the King of Israel, come down now from the cross, so that we may see and believe." Even those who were crucified with him were taunting him. When it was noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon. Then at 3 Jesus cried out with a loud shout, "Eloi, Eloi, lema sabachthani," which translated, my God, why have you forsaken me?" When some of those standing there heard this, they said, "Look, he's calling out to Elijah." Someone ran and filled a sponge filled with sour wine, fixed it to a reed, offered him a drink, and said, "Let's see if Elijah comes down to take him down." But Jesus cried with a loud cry and breathed his last breath.